Good evening. I'm Esteban Santamaria. I born at Dre Bay. This is my native place.
Oh.
I grew up when we used to know everyone around, and I work as a guide. I work as a guide over at the national park, and I do night tour, who is my specialty, and I've been more, or I'm a little bit more into herpetology because this is what really I really like it. Yeah, for me it's like most of the people is afraid of the snakes or poison frogs, but those are special things where we will not find them uh, except on ecosystem who are in well conditions. Yes. Well, over here in Costa Rica, we have an institution who calls INA, who is in charge to help you to get license, and also not just for guys.
INA stands for what?
INA. INA means Instituto Nacional of Aprendizaje, uh, and they show us or they teach you about biodiversity of the area, social relationships, rules from tourists to me and from me to tourists. They teach you how to drive boats in case if something happens on the boat, and there you have to have several different uh, qualifications to be a guide.
Okay.
At the beginning, it's like I start guiding without those papers, but I was at the university studying herpetology, so I have some influence on this, and I know a little bit of English, and I start on this, and then the government sends every season like lucha y prevención contra incendios, it's like how to compete fires in the forest, how to compete. Every season they send professor who teach you about this. If you're a captain, they teach you how to drive a boat. If you're a bartender, they really teach you to be a real bartender. If you're a chef, they teach you how to be a real chef. If you're a guy, they teach you how to be a real guy,
Okay.
a professional guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's important
Yeah.
for us, and this is free.
Really?
If you
It doesn't cost
if you're
anything.
if you're a guy
Okay.
and then you don't do this, it's because you're lazy. We have one who calls Chessis menocephala or bushmaster snake, who we call it
It's a big one, yeah.
Yeah, we call it two-step snakes. This snake could be very dangerous, but this is almost extinct. Why? Because it lose their habitats, and we find them, but not often, and they could be very aggressive,
And they have a big reach because they are so big, yeah.
yeah, and they're also they hear sounds and they come from the sounds. People who used to get bit or attacked by snakes, it was people who was working in the forest or people who hunt animals in the forest. So the snake wake up on alarm and then it follow people, and this could be danger. Yeah. First important thing is like I explain to people, for example, people who used to get bit 15, 20 years ago, they have no chance. Maybe sometimes if they got lucky, they lose their legs or their arms. But now it's like we have a better health care, and well, for example, I have insurance. What I have just called satellite, and then the satellite will call the insurance company, and the insurance company will send a plane. So 45 minutes, 1 hour later, you will be at the hospital. Also the Red Cross and another resident clinics who are around. So for me, it's the most important thing is to be calm. That's the very first thing. And well, in some areas they do like tourniquets, they suck bloods, but I think this is not like something where we have to be or what we have to have done.
Yeah.
I think the best way is the clinic.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's like It's very fun. Like I
Yeah.
explain people. I remember my first evenings in the forest. It was maybe when I was 7, 10 years old. I used to hunt shrimps with my dad, with the machete. My dad's on the front, and I was collecting them on a bag of rice. I remember that. But now I spend most of or almost every evening in the forest. Uh, but I'm not hunting shrimps anymore. I'm hunting pictures, and uh, for me it's very important because most of the people they visit the national park to see big animals, but to see big animals is easy if they are there because
Like in the Corcovado
yeah,
trails.
if they are there, it's easy because they are big animals, and if they move, they will move everything around. But for example, at nighttime, it's very, very hard to find a glass frog or to find a poison frog or
Yeah.
different things who they
We experienced that.
yeah yeah to different things who is really active during nighttime. Why? Because if they come out at daytime, it will be easy prey for birds and monkeys and some special the predators who moves at daytime. Well, for example, we find everything on this, everything. So for me, the most important thing is like as soon as I met them, I try to find out what they have in their brain, why they decide to do a night tour, from where they come in, and different questions who make me have an idea what they are, or what they look, or what they expect to. So that's important for me, and that's the way how I start meeting people, and then a little by little you get what they really need. Well, I see it's better.
Yeah.
It's better. Why? Because people used to go at the national park by their own,
Okay.
and they just pay the tickets, and then they see a tapir or they see an anteater, and then they go out of the trails and follow this or chase this for until they get a good picture. And as soon as you get out of the trail, you will be disturbing the ecosystem.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, I think it's good. It's like it's good to be with a guy. Yes, for me it's important. I feel happy, and it's like people pay me to be here. You see, it make me feels good.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come here. Everybody.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I don't need to say nothing else. It's like the best. It's like no words to explain it. I say if I want to make $10,000 a month, I go and I do regattas as I done it. But here I make maybe 2,000, and I'm a lot more happy. I feel better. I feel clean. I feel there's no word to explain it. It's like we can say many things, but it's not what I really feel inside. Okay, um, what can I tell them? It's like, for example, Costa Rica, or I mean, Osa Peninsula is a great place to enjoy, a great place to enjoy the flora and fauna what we have here. And I feel sad because everybody comes when it's dry season. They should come when it's rainy season to enjoy the rainforest, who is very important.
Yeah.
That way we will see different greens, a lot of more birds, happy, more flowers, and well, if they want to come to this area, welcome. It's amazing. It's like the world used to be again, and maybe in 20, 30 years later, things will be not the same.
Yeah.
Things will be not the same. Why? Because everybody wants to move to these areas. Everybody wants to be close to the primary forest. Everybody wants to breathe real air. So, yeah, that's my word for the German people.
Okay. Thank you. That was great.
My pleasure.
Yeah.